Hello everyone, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Belvana Afifah and I am a student in UIN Sunan Gunung Jati Bandung, majoring in English Literature Department, Class 3A. This video is for translation English-Indonesian assignment and it's based on the lectures of Dr. Andang Sayhu MPD, CHSCIIQA, and Miss Forus Huznatul Abkoria, Shum MA. According to Nida and Tabor, translation is the process of re-expressing message from the source language into the target language. This involves finding the closest equivalent in terms of meaning and style. A successful translation not only conveys the denotative meanings but also captures the underlying connotation, cultural references, and stylistic nuances of the original text. The text that I will translate is titled The Pet Store. I took this text from ispeakspoken.com. This text is about George coming to a pet shop to look for a pet for his birthday. The title is The Pet Store. I translate as toko hewan peliharaan. I using literal translation for the title because it's literally translated like word for word, but the structure is changed. The title is a simple sentence, simple words, so it didn't need any change for translate. For the first and the second sentence is George is at the pet store looking at what kind of pet he might want to get for his birthday. George asked if he could have a horse, but his parents said no because horses are too big. Translate as George sedang berada di toko hewan untuk melihat-lihat hewan apa yang bisa dia pelihara sebagai hadiah ulang tahunnya. George ingin membeli kuda, tetapi orang tuanya menolak karena kuda terlalu besar. For this sentence, I using free translation because I want to keep the meaning for this sentence, but if I translate word for word, it would be nonsense in the target language. So if I using word for word, it would be George berada di toko hewan peliharaan, melihat jenis hewan apa yang mungkin dia inginkan untuk didapatkan untuk hari ulang tahunnya. George bertanya jika dia bisa memiliki kuda, tapi orang tuanya berkata tidak karena kuda terlalu besar. It sounds weird in Indonesian, so I using free translation for this sentence. And the first sentence is a simple sentence. George is at the pet store. The second sentence is a compound sentence because it's include two independent clause. George asked if he could have a horse, and his parents said no. The next sentence is, first, he sees dogs and cats. For this sentence, I using word for word because this is a simple sentence, so I translate it to pertama, dia melihat beberapa anjing dan kucing. Then the next sentence, baby dogs are called puppies, baby cats are called kittens. I translated to bayi anjing disebut kirik, bayi kucing disebut cemeng. Because in Indonesian we don't have any word for puppies and kittens, so in Kamus Besar Bahasa Indonesia it adapted from Java language. It's called baby dogs called as kirik and baby cats called as cemeng. The next sentence is George likes them because they are easy to take care of and can play a lot, but they will get bigger. For this sentence, I'm using free translation because, like the previous sentence, I want to keep the meaning because if I translate with literal translation, it sounds weird in Indonesian, so I translate as George menyukai kedua hewan itu karena mudah dirawat dan bisa diajak bermain. Sayangnya, ukuran mereka akan semakin besar. If I translate with literal translation, it would be George menyukai mereka karena mereka mudah untuk dirawat dan bisa bermain banyak. Bisa banyak bermain. Atau bisa banyak dimainkan. Tapi mereka akan menjadi lebih besar. The next sentence is George wants a small pet. It's translated as George menginginkan hewan peliharaan yang kecil. I translate with literal translation because this is a simple sentence and can translate with literal and it not sounds weird in Indonesian. The sentence George likes them because they are easy to take care of is complex sentence because it includes independent clause and dependent clause. The George likes them is independent clause, and because they are easy to take care is dependent clause. Then George sees animals that have to live in a cage. For the sentence, I using literal translation. It translates as kemudian George melihat hewan-hewan yang tinggal di dalam kandang. It is a simple word, simple sentence, so I choose literal translation for this sentence. Then he sees rabbits, cavies, and mice. Using word for word translation, dia melihat beberapa kelinci, marmut, dan tikus. Then he liked this animal because they are small. This is a complex sentence. He likes these animals is an independent clause, and because they are small is dependent clause. Previous sentence, mice are what you call more than one mouse. I didn't translate this sentence because in Indonesia we didn't have a name for mouse, more than one mouse, because in Indonesia we call mouse, more than one mouse is tikus-tikus, but in English it's called mice. It's different from mouse in singular, so I didn't translate it because we don't need any explain what mice are because it's different culture in Indonesia and English. He likes these animals because they are small. This is a complex sentence. He likes these animals is a independent sentence, independent clause because they are small. This is dependent clause because it's need any clause for explain what is the because of. I translate it to Dia menyukai hewan-hewan ini karena ukurannya kecil. I use literal translation because it's really match for this sentence. If I using word for words, it would be dia menyukai ini hewan-hewan karena mereka kecil. Itu the structure need to change. Then birds live in cage too. Burung-burung juga hidup di dalam kandang. I using literal translation because this is a simple word, simple sentence, and didn't need any changes. So next, George sees a parrot and a canary. George melihat burung beo dan burung kenari. I using word for word because for this sentence it didn't have the structure from English and Indonesia is same for this, so it can use the word for word translation. And the final sentence, he likes them all but he doesn't want to clean the cage. Dia menyukai semuanya tapi dia tidak ingin membersihkan kandangnya. For this I using word for word because the structure for the English and the Indonesian is same, and this is a good translate for this sentence, so I using word for word. So that's all my translation assignment. Sorry if there any mistakes when I translate or when I speak. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.